Yes guys, walk and talk with me, episode 15. Consistency is perfection, my friends. That's the title. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about consistency. So we always try and aim to be perfect. I don't believe in perfection, but I do believe in consistency is perfection. What do I mean by this? So when I first started training and doing nutrition and trying to find the right path to drop body fat, get my mind right, I thought you had to be perfect every single day. You have to be doing a certain amount of cardio, you got to be lifting a certain amount of weights, you got to be eating the perfect amount of food every single day. And what you fail to realize is when you build up that sort of standard from the beginning, if you miss a day, you're going to feel like a failure, you're going to spiral, start eating certain things, miss training, and completely fall off and go back to square one because you don't think you're being perfect. But being consistent through your life over a long period of time is perfection in my eyes and my opinion. I've learnt over the years, I've yo-yoed with my weight so many times, but I've always focused on getting to a certain place and looking a certain way in a certain time, and I've got to do the certain amount of things in a certain window to hit my targets. And every time I've done that, I've hit the targets and all the principles go out the window because I've set myself a short-term goal in this perfect window, with this perfect mindset, and it's never the way. The majority of us that start this healthy lifestyle will start and want to understand what they're eating and nutrition. What I find is a lot of people will go hard for the first 2 to 3 months, whatever, get to a certain weight and they completely plateau and then fall off. And the human body, what I've learned with my body specifically, is very smart. The body is used to survival mode and being in a certain way when it comes to food and training. If you hit your top end at the very beginning, you will drop weight, you will drop body fat, you will look better, but your body will fight against that over time. You can't work at a high rate all year round. It's impossible. You can be consistent every single day though, and that class is perfection. So for example, like a top sports athlete, no sports athlete works at a top end all year round. A lot of athletes work for one specific day or a season and then they have a rest. It's as simple as that. People that's in football, you have like a 9-month window, then they have a break, you have international breaks, you have the summer break, they go back. You got tennis players, they don't play tennis all year round. There's certain tournaments where they have to have breaks after the tournament. You got the Olympics is every 4 years, athletics is a certain time around the year, it's seasonal. So what I'm trying to say is, if these top elite athletes don't perform to the top standard every single day, how can an average person try to aim for some sort of perfection every single day in the gym, in their lifestyle, in nutrition, every single day? The body needs a calm down, it needs some sort of rest, it needs a period to have breaks. So this is what I start to understand as I got older. I rest more, I don't pound heavy weight every single day no more. I've learned to stretch more, I sleep more. So I put all these things in place to help get the optimal health and get a better physique. So what do I mean by consistency is perfection? So if you're giving 60% one day, 80% the next day, 100% 3 days in a row, 60% another day, over time in your life, that is still perfection because you're constantly doing the same things day in, day out. No matter how aggressive you're going, you're still doing the same things day in, day out. Does that make sense, people? So I'll give you an example then. Today is my rest day. I'm not going to be training no sort of weights today. But just because I'm not training weights, that part of my lifestyle is I'm not training, but the rest of it, I'm still getting my daily movement in. I'm still eating the right way. I'm going to go to bed at a reasonable time, get the right amount of sleep in, and get the right amount of nutrients and water in my body in that day. So my point I'm saying to you is you could have a day where you feel like having a messy meal. Just because you're having a messy meal on that day doesn't mean that everything else goes out the window. You can still eat the same food that you usually eat in that day. You can still do the same daily movement. You can still go to the gym. Doesn't mean you crash out and forget all your fundamentals and principles in that day. Does that make sense so far, people? And that was one of my mistakes back in the day. If I missed a day of training, I just presumed, okay, I'm not training today, I'm going to sit on my ass. Can't be arsed, I'm going to eat some shit. Have a late messy night. Could go to the casino in the evening. Have a bit of a gamble, late messy night. Then back to it tomorrow. So what I'm saying is, just because you're having a rest day or having a messy day, or even having a day if you got to stay up late or whatever, doesn't mean that the rest of the fundamentals of your lifestyle go out the window. And I always say, for me, my base foundation is nutrition. So just because I'm having a cheat meal or having a glass of alcohol on a specific day, it doesn't mean the rest of my day goes to pot. I'll still go and train. I will still eat the right meals through the day. I will still get my movement in. I will still go to bed at a reasonable time. Nothing else goes out the window. Does that make sense? So this is why I say consistency is perfection. When you start understanding the rest of the fundamentals, the rest will fall in place, and dropping body fat, and getting into shape and leaving it off forever will all make sense. I say this on nearly every video. I know people are going to say I know, but this is to new subscribers. I started my new journey of starting again and getting the mindset in the right place July last year on the 9th. And I've deliberately taken my time to drop body fat. I haven't done aggressively no cardio. I've ate literally the same meals every day. I've trained the right amount of times in a week. I eat the right amount of food. I get the right amount of sleep. I use the right supplements that are for me. And I've took my time. Usually, before I used to do crazy amounts of cardio, really restrict my food intake to drop body fat. But what I've learned to understand is your body is always fighting against you when you do dramatic things. So this time I've deliberately kept my food volume high and nutritious and calorie dense, nutritional dense, whatever, it's all there. And I haven't done no cardio. I've only started cardio probably a month ago. I do half an hour a day on the cross trainer. What I'm doing now, I do not class this as cardio. This is just getting my steps in. This is not cardio for me. Obviously I'm doing a video now, so I'm walking quite slow, but when the camera's off, I do it a bit more intense and a bit faster, but this is not classed as cardio for me. This is just getting my steps in. So I do the cross trainer 4 times a week for half an hour. That's 2 hours a week, and I get over 10,000 steps in a day, not including the cross trainer. You know what I mean? So on average, if you want to include the cross trainer, I'll probably get about 13 to 14,000 steps or movement a day. That's what I've incorporated now. But the reason I took my time deliberately to drop body fat, because I want to keep it off forever and make my body get used to each pound that comes off. I don't want to keep shocking my body every month, dropping 6 pounds, 7 pounds, 8 pounds. So I've deliberately took my time. Me incorporating cardio now will accelerate the fat loss to a degree. I'm using it as a tool to get to the place where I want to be. I've lost 2 stone without no cardio, just by doing over 10,000 steps a day, eating 2 to 3 meals a day, training 4 times a week, going to bed about 9:30, getting to sleep about 10, and sometimes I get to sleep about 11. I get up at 6 to half 6 every morning. I walk both of my dogs in the morning before I have any sort of liquid in my body, or coffee or any sort of water or electrolytes. That's 4 km in the morning, and then I get some water down me and get my first coffee down me. That's been my regime since last year, July. I've missed a few days, probably walking one of my dogs or both of them based on weather, if it's been really rainy or really cold. But based on myself, I still get my movement in by walking around my kitchen or walking in the back garden. And I got this iPad. I got this walking pad, I think the 5th or 6th of January, so I've been doing this every day. I started doing it on my story every day, and I've missed a lot of days. I will start incorporating this back on my stories on Instagram again. And to the people that have got walking pads by watching me, I see yous, I've gave you a few thumbs up and well done in your comments. There's been about 4 or 5 people that have bought walking pads that I know since I've got mine, so well done. Keep it moving and keep improving. I got inspired by a guy on my Instagram called Chizo, bad boy influencer, bad boy trainer. I seen him doing it every day and made me want to get one. So respect to Chizo Lifts for inspiring me to get on the walking pad. And what I love about the walking pad, I've said this before, I watch a lot of football, especially on the weekends. So I sit down a lot over the weekend watching football. So during football, or after football, or during them days I'm sitting down more, I pull out the walking pad, do about 45 minutes to an hour, and it helps that balance of me sitting down, you know what I mean? So the walking pad's a great tool to get extra steps in before bed, or in the morning, or during the day when you can. Especially if you're a person that works a 9 to 5 and you're at a desk job all day and you don't really get no movement in. It's great to use this in the morning before work, or when you get back in, straight in after work, kill the walking pad, have a shower, get a meal down ya, and Bob's your uncle. So yeah guys, what I've learned over my life, consistency is perfection. You know what I mean? Never feel down about having an off day, as long as you're adding value to your day in that off day. So like I said, if you have a sugary meal or a sugary treat on an off day, doesn't mean the rest of your day has to be shit. Still incorporate your walking pad, get some movement in, still drink your water, still get the food in through the day, still get a good amount of sleep and all the supplementation that you need for that day. Just because you do one thing wrong, or not even wrong, just because you have a off meal on a day you're not supposed to, it doesn't mean the whole week has to go out the window. You know what I mean? So like I said, keep the fundamentals and the foundation solid. That's one thing I've always done. No matter what goes on, I make sure I get my meals in. The blessing with me, everyone's different. I've got more of a sweet tooth. I'm not really a takeaway fan like that. I wouldn't sit here and think, oh my God, I feel like a McDonald's, I'm going, or I need a Five Guys or a Nando's. Like I said, the only takeaway that I generally have is a Chinese. I don't have anything else. I'm not addicted to crisp. I'm not a big fan of savoury stuff. I don't like pastries. Like I said, my guilty pleasure is having a piece of chocolate or a slice of cake here and there. Like in Morrison's, they do slices of cake, and occasionally I have that when I feel like I deserve it with a coffee, and that's about it. But regarding fast food and takeaway, it's not me. I'm more of a chocolatey person, and that's it. So everyone's got their little go-to, but I've learned with my journey, and because I've got discipline, if I decide to have a Freddo today, which I'm not going to, if I have a Freddo today, that doesn't mean I don't get my steps in, I don't go and train, I don't eat my meals. You know what I mean? You've got to get your mind in a place. If you do go off plan, it's not over. Like I said, consistency is perfection. As long as you're doing the right things every day, your body composition, the weight will downtrend over time, people. That's all I can say. But like I said, the same way you can put body fat on is the same way you get body fat off. So you have to remember, if you're just starting your journey now, you're not gonna drop weight dramatically within 2 or 3 months. It's taking you 3 or 4 or 5 years to put body fat on by compounding eating KFC every other day, McDonald's, chocolate, alcohol, whatever else you've been doing. So just because you reverse it and start eating healthy, it doesn't mean within 2 or 3 months you're gonna get the shape that you want. I do believe if you do go aggressive, yes, you will see quick results, but can you sustain going aggressive every day, every month for the rest of your life? Like what I said earlier, I've deliberately taken my time properly this time around. But I said to you, this will be the final time I'll be dropping 3-4 stone. Like I said, when I first started last year in July, I was 19 stone 6-7, just under 20 stone, which is horrible and disgusting for me. You know what I mean? It's a disgrace. There's no excuses for it. Some people say I'm a bit too hard on myself, but it's the bitter truth. I would never get back to that again. I am now 17 stone 6, 17 stone 7. So I've dropped 2 stone. I could have dropped that 2 stone if I really wanted to within 3 to 4 months by doing an hour of cardio a day like a madman. Really cutting back on my food intake. But can I sustain that and manage that for the rest of my life? No, I can't. So I've gone into a realm and into a place where what I'm doing now I can manage for the rest of my life. Can I walk on a walking pad at the age of 70? Yes, I can. Can I still do over 10,000 steps over the age of 70? Yes, I can. Can I still do some sort of weightlifting and pick up some sort of dumbbells in my 70s? Yes, I can. Can I still eat nutritional food and how I eat now in my 70s? Yes, I can. You know what I mean? So I know when I'm 70, I'm not going to be doing cardio, doing an hour of cardio every day like a madman. I won't be deadlifting 300 kg at 70 like a madman. So the things that I'm doing now, I'm not saying I'm going to be doing exactly the same things when I'm 70, but these things are sustainable and manageable to do the older you get. And I think a lot of people forget that. You know what I mean? A lot of people that maintain their physique over years is based on they do the fundamentals and the basics amazing. I think there's so many apparatus now and so many different techniques that you can do. What a lot of people I find that they will try out so many different techniques, they don't become a master at any at all. It's like the gym. I always say to people, my clients back in the day or people I talk to now, be great at each compound movement. So find a squat that you like if it's a leverage squat, if it's a dumbbell squat, if it's a barbell squat, any sort of squat, be your best at that one squat and master that squat. A pressing movement, find what works for you. If it's machine, Olympic bar chest press, incline chest press, whatever one's your favorite, become a master at that certain movement. You don't need to incorporate 6 or 7 different exercises for chest. You don't need to incorporate 6 or 7 different exercises just for your quads. Be a master at a couple. You know what I mean? Like your muscle don't know that there's a new machine coming out. Your muscles don't understand. All they understand is progressive overload and how much weight your muscles are moving. You know what I mean? So be great at the basics and the fundamentals, people. Get a certain amount of water down a day. Even if you start getting used to drinking a litre a day. I drink maximum, for me, 2 to 2.5 litres a day. It's not hard. 4 of these bottles is 500 millilitres each. 4 bottles is 2 litre, 5 is 2.5. These are easy to get down. I can drink at least 2 of these before 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 in the morning. That's a litre gone already. And back in the day, I used to drink from a 2 litre bottle. But what I found me drinking out of a 2 litre bottle, psychologically, it looks like a lot. Like flipping, I've got to drink this all day or drink 2 of these bottles. So you feel like it's a big task. When you're just drinking 1 of these, you can literally neck these within no time. They're not hard to drink. You know what I mean? Look. That's half a bottle gone by a few sips. So like I said, 4 to 5 of those for me is 2 to 2.5 litres a day. It's not hard, people. But what human nature finds hard is doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again till they see results. We live in a society now where we want everything today, we want it fast. You know what I mean? If I told you to drink 2.5 litres a day of water, get 3 solid meals down here that are high in protein, do this, what I'm doing now, every day. Go to the gym 4 times a week and you'll be amazing. Within a year, people will say, I can't be asked. Gastric band, liposuction, girls, BBLs, this and that. Like, it's hot. I've seen females in the gym that have got 3 to 4 kids. And if you ever watch this video, you know what I'm talking about. And their glutes, their thighs was non-existent. You know what I mean? They never really had that sort of physique. They've worked hard to squat, build, and over time, they've gone from a mum of 4 to looking like flipping an elite athlete. And that's over me seeing this person from, I've known them since I was probably 18, 19 to now I'm 40. That's 20 years. And like I said, when I was younger, I used to think 10 years is a long time. It takes ages. COVID was 5 years ago. It was locked down 5 years ago. There's people out there jabbing, talking, you know, let's not get into that one. That's a different conversation for a different day. But there was people in mass 5 years ago standing 3 meters apart. That's half a decade. That's like the other day. I still remember school like yesterday. I left school in 1999. It's 2025. I can name all my teachers' names. I still speak to people from school to this day. And we talk to each other like we're still in school like it's yesterday. So my point I'm saying to you is, if you get started today and be consistent today, 5 years, 10 years time, you'll be an absolute different person. I know when I get into my 50s, I'll be in the elite club. I'll be in the elite club. Because like I said, this is like a horrible thing to say, it's a painful thing to swallow, but society we live in now, our food shops, how food's made, they're making it harder and harder for people to maintain a physique with what they put in the shops. And this is why I say everybody should learn about nutrition and understand what they're putting in their body, because it's crazy. Even me, I said to you before, I like a Baileys. Me personally, I'm going to cut out Baileys for the rest of my life, eventually, because if you notice with alcohol, and they say they're going to do this in 2026, I think Ireland are doing it first, and I think the UK, like England and Wales, Scotland, will do it next, but we plan to add the ingredients and the calorie intake on alcohol, because if you notice, if you knew what was in a bottle of alcohol and you read food labels, I would say 60% of people will not be drinking, because when you see the ingredients on alcohol, you're going to be shocked. Like Baileys is probably the worst drink you can drink. I like it, but the amount, I think there's about 90 grams of sugar per 100 ml. Remember, this bottle is 500 milliliters. So if I drank this amount of Baileys, that's over 350 grams of sugar in this little bottle. So if you read that in the back of a Baileys bottle, you would think twice to drink it. So I think they're going to incorporate labels in 2026. It's getting regulated at the minute to go on alcohol. So like I said, always think about the drinks you're drinking. I recommend people, if you're going out, try and have cocktails with the least amount of sugar in. I think they show the sugar intake on certain menus when you're out. So have a look, try and drink vodka. Sorry guys, the battery died. I was talking about alcohol. Wait there, one second, sorry. Yeah, sorry guys. We was talking about alcohol. I don't know where it cut off, but I was saying, in Baileys, per 100 milliliter, there's just under 90 gram of sugar per 100 milliliter in a glass of Baileys. So let me give you an example. This bottle is 500 ml. So imagine this was filled with Baileys. There would be just under 350 gram of sugar just in this bottle. You imagine buying a bottle of Baileys with the ingredients, the calories, and everything at the back, and what's in a Baileys. You would think twice. Well, I would say 60% of people would think twice to buy that Baileys. You know what I mean? So that's one of my goals as well. I do eventually want to cut out alcohol completely. I'm not no alcoholic. I don't drink every day. But alcohol I think it's the worst thing you can have in the food industry. Obviously, it's not part of the food industry, but I mean, regarding sugar and refined carbohydrates, the amount of sugar that's in alcohol and in certain drinks is ridiculous. So if you're a person that drinks every day, it'd be impossible for you to even get in shape. You know what I mean? So alcohol is no good, people. It's no good. But yeah, man, spring is here. The sun's coming out each and every other day. I still think it's cold as hell. Some people are out there topless, vest on, open toes, talking sunshine. But for me, I've also got a hoodie on. I've got my underfloor heating on right now because it's absolutely cold to me. I'm gonna turn it off in a bit, but I don't think it's warm yet. But yeah, guys, man, consistency is perfection, my friends. It is perfection, and that's what I've learned in my later part of my life. What comes fast doesn't last. You know what I mean? So I believe in delayed gratification. I believe in that compound effect, pounding the same things every day. You don't have to be perfect every day, but be consistent every day. Take what you want out of that. You know what I mean? But yeah, so for me, like I said, I was 19 stone 7. I'm 17 stone 7 now. Still got a belly on me. But I don't worry about things like that because I know how my body works. When you've done certain diets and the regime before, you know, everyone knows where their body fat drops last. And for me, it's my lower back, my stomach, shoulders, chest, my face, my legs all drop first. And this is just like, I'll just wake up one day and I'm good to go. So keep going every day, people. Like I said, if you're on your day 10, believe it or not, your day 10 is better than your day 1. If you're on your day 100, your day 100 is better than your day 50. If you're on your day 600, your day 600 is better than your day 500. It's all about days and compounding the days and the time, and just keep going, people. Wherever you are in your life, if it's financial, if it's health, mental, whatever, everything takes one day at a time. As long as you're moving forward to that right destination, we can all get to the same place, just in different times, people. And that's all from me, Daniel Barrett. Be extraordinary and dare to be different. Peace.